my mission was to go get 2 of them things and bring it back. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the money for 2 of them things. When I left VA, I had the money for 2 of them things. And hotel fee, you know what I'm saying, car rental fee, whatever, everything. I had an ID from Virginia that wasn't even me, and I had official ID, my nigga. I mean, I was lit. Fuck is these niggas talking about? Right? So when I came up here, it was all bullshit work. See, he was like, chill for a minute, chill for a couple of days, but I don't want you going into the neighborhoods, and I don't want you going into the back to your hood and flaunting money and all that. You gotta be on the low. Niggas is not even know you supposed to be in town, my nigga, so keep it low, nigga. You're a G. So I had to think about that. Damn, so I had to be underground with it. So what I would do, I would come back to New York, go get me a hotel room in Pelham Bay up there somewhere, one of them hotels up there on the side of the highway. You know what I'm saying? Go get me some clothes, go get me some fresh gear, and then I would go see my baby mother, give her some money, and then go back to the hotel. And then if I was going to hang out, you had to come to the hotel. Only selected few was going to be able to come to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? My homegirl Maxine, she met up with me one time at the hotel, because she was like, yo, I'm about to go out of town too. And she was going like basically the same place I was going. But what I didn't know is that somebody already was fucking with those people. I'm gonna give it up. Somebody had to be fucking with those people, because to make a long story short, I got on the Amtrak around 1:30 in the morning. The next train leaving out to Maryland was at like, I was going to get to Maryland like about 2:40 in the morning. It was something like that. I was going to reach my destination. I wasn't going to get there till like about 3 o'clock in the morning, because they would come to the train station and pick me up. So when I got on the train from New York, my stop was Maryland. It wasn't DC. I got locked up in DC. You know what I'm saying? Even though we partied in DC, we spent money in Georgetown like it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I bought my first Rolex. What was it? It was the Daytona. All, you know what I'm saying? From the niggas I was fucking with, they was introducing me to this world. Like, nigga, you a hustler, nigga now. Nigga, now, what you doing now is you hustling. You, nigga, you getting to it, nigga. And it was true. I definitely was getting to it. Man, I remember one time I went to the club, I had about $9,000 in my pocket. How the fuck I'm going to the club in VA with $9,000, $10,000 in my pocket? Come on, Mo. Come on, mate. I thought that was the life for me. I'm not even gonna hold you. I know I'm a king, you know what I'm saying, and I come from royalty, but god damn, we going to a club in Virginia with $9,000 in my pocket. That mean I'm buying, what the fuck am I buying, my nigga? Well, anyway, right? So I remember I met up with my niggas in in Dykeman. He finally came up with some good work, and all this happened over the phone. I would go, he would show it to me, but then he would be on the phone, on speakerphone, talking to my man Capone, and my man Capone would ask him, yo, how is it? He'd be like, he'd tell him, yo, it's good. And he knew I didn't really know what was good coke or nothing like that at the time, but he knew I was a person that knew how to, you know, I know how to, if a motherfucker say, you're black, when you get there, this is what I need you to do. I need you to, you know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna do that. I can articulate some shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? So I got one brick, 1,000 grams of cocaine base powder. Not cocaine base hard, because you know that's totally different. If I got caught with a kid of crack, my nigga, I would not be on Smoke Session Radio right now. You know what I'm saying? The maximum, the minimum mandatory for crack in that amount is definitely life. Is 30 years in the feds. So got the brick. I went back to the hotel. I was on my way to the Amtrak, 34th Street, like about 12:30. I made it down there. The train leaving out was like about 1:20 in the morning. It was going to reach Maryland in like 4 hours after that. 3 hours after that. You know what I'm saying? Then we would drive from there to Virginia. But I never made it to Maryland because the train stopped at D.C. and the feds was waiting for me in D.C. I forgot the name of that station. I forgot the name of the station. It's one of the big train stations in the country. Whatever, the one in D.C. Boom. So I'm on the train. I got a suit on. I got my Cartier glasses. I got my Rolex on. I got the newspaper acting like I'm reading the stock exchange. So I'm looking like Tommy from Martin, my nigga. I'm on the train, and I remember it was this older black lady. She was sitting behind me with her grandkids, and they were going to South Carolina. And on our way down there, she was like, "Are you hungry?" Sure enough, I was, enjoying fried chicken and, good home cooked meal on the train. And after I ate, I fell asleep. I fell asleep. And when I woke up, the train was stopping in D.C. and it was a layover stop. So it was going to stay there for like at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So the lady behind me, she was trying to wake me up. She woke me up. She was tapping on the window. She woke me up. And when she woke me up, I sat up and I started looking at her through the mirror, through the window. Looking at the reflection through the window, and she was like trying to give me a signal like, yo, these people are on you. So when I finally caught the vibe and I'm looking around on the train, I saw it was like two white people with glasses on in the front, and a white man and a black man in the back. And the black man, he was definitely looking like a cop. He was looking like the one that if I tried to run, he was going to be the nigga that was going to say, "Get him, Cuddy." Or Cletus, get him. No bullshit. Excuse me. Smoke Session Radio, DJ Smoke Black. I'm just reminiscing and I'm telling you a little bit about my past when I got locked up in D.C. I remember what the federal agent said. He was like, hello, how you doing? My name is Agent so-and-so. I'm with the United States FBI Joint Task Force, and we have reason to believe that you'll be carrying a large quantity of drugs or illegal firearms at this time. Do you mind if I check your person? Do you mind if I check you and search you? I'm like, looking at this nigga like crazy, like, what? I'm like, oh shit, I know I got a brick on me. Is this really happening right now? All this shit is going through my head. So he's just looking at me. So something came out of my mouth. I was like, no, sir, you cannot come on this train and just search me. You know you can't do that. He was like, you are absolutely right. The nigga said, he looked at the black dude. The black dude passed him the fucking paper. I looked at the paper. He showed me the paper. That shit says Shamark Black versus the United States of America. I was like, good. Go away. Please go away. Mr. Officer, go away, please. He just started searching my crotch area. He was like, it's a brick. He was like, Shamark, please remain seated. We're gonna take you off the train and you're going in custody. The lady in back of me, she was like, oh Lord, poor baby. Oh, don't snitch. Don't be a snitch, baby. Real talk. Lady, old grandma sitting behind me that gave me that good old fried chicken and all that. She told me, she said, don't snitch, baby. You don't tell. And I was looking at her like, wow. Before all that happened, of course, I peed on myself. Once the nigga told me, hello, how you doing? My name is Agent so-and-so with the FBI. We have reason to believe that you'll be carrying a large quantity of illegal narcotics and maybe some illegal firearms. I pissed on myself, my nigga. No bullshit, no cap, like they say right now, no capping. I pissed on myself. My only thing I thought about was at the time was my daughter Chanel. I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? My baby is so beautiful. You know, Chanel was just born. So now I'm locked up at an underground, some type of underground facility at the train station in DC. So they take me in a Bronco truck. A Bronco truck. And when they put me in the front seat, the passenger seat, but the front seat, they had a dog, a German Shepherd, in the driver's seat at first. So they just sat me there for like 10-15 minutes, and the dog was watching me. The nigga, they had me handcuffed at this time. So I'm handcuffed and I'm sitting up, and the dog was just growling in my face like a big ass German Shepherd, yo. Huge ass fucking dog. Before they put me in the fucking truck, I thought that the dog was a statue. I'm like, what the fuck they put me in the truck and there's a dog in there? So I guess they was just getting their shit off or whatever. It was white FBI niggas. They was dressed in plain clothes, but they definitely was the FBI. So when they took me into custody, they took me to a state court in Washington, D.C. It was not a federal court. So I was in there for a couple of hours, and when the feds came from across the street to take me over to the feds, they acted like I was fucking the Unabomber, my G. Them niggas came and picked me up in an armored fucking tank just to take me across the street to federal. So when they came into the state, and of course the state was dirty, DC, that shit was dirty, mo. Oh my God. Like when the court from the state, because I wasn't in federal custody yet, because when I got to the feds, that shit was clean as a summer, bitch. And when I first went into DC jail, I went from a underground facility that was like a FBI headquarters to the state court in DC, and then the feds came across the street and brought me over to the feds. But when they came into the state court, they came with their guns drawn, and they made the state correction officers at that courthouse back up off me. They was like, yo, show us where he's at and we'll do the rest. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? God damn. I'm like, wow. They was like, yeah, New York, nigga, you got caught with a brick, motherfucker. You like a kingpin out here. I'm like, oh no, nah, whoa. So they took me over to the feds and they put me in a holding cell, right? I'm in a holding cell. I'm scared as shit. I don't know how much time I'm going to get. I don't know how much time you get for having a whole brick of cocaine. You understand? They charged me with possession with 500 grams up until 1,000 grams of cocaine with the intent to distribute. I'm in DC jail now, nigga. Fuck is y'all niggas telling me? Real fucking talk. I went from DJing at the Savoy, NYC Booms, Cats, and all that to motherfucking DC jail, my nigga. And in DC, they don't fuck with New York niggas because of with Alpo and all that shit. And I can't blame them. I really can't blame them, because some DC niggas I was locked up, and I say 80% of the niggas that I was locked up with in DC, them niggas was homosexuals. But the 20% of the real niggas that I met in DC, these are some of the realest niggas I will ever fucking know in my whole life. Shout out to the nigga Big Swicer. Shout out to my nigga Reggie. That was my celly in DC. Huh? The nigga Reggie hand skills was so lit. The nigga showed me how to box, my nigga. Came back to New York City daring niggas to shoot a fair one with me. I'll fucking knock one of you niggas out so quick. When I came home from DC in 2000, when I came home from Lawton, nigga, that nigga Reggie taught me how to box, my nigga. That nigga taught me how to box. I mean, this story gets so crazy. I remember I was locked up in DC, and the nigga from New York City, he was from Soundview. Shout out to my nigga Damon. Pistol Pete is his little man. Pistol P from